player, and the player wants to move to Liverpool, but it's a question of whether Red Bull want to sell it. And our colleague Raphael Honigstein saying that, yeah, they will sell, but it's going to cost you 70 million, which seems to me like an absolutely extraordinary amount for a guy who, gifted as he is, played in a very specific system at Leipzig, and really only has the 1 year of top flight football.
Favorite time of the day where I get Stevie Nicol to tackle some rumors.
Day.
It is our favorite time of the day, possibly of the week for you. All right, let's start off with this one. Olivier Giroud to West Ham. Shaka Hislop might love this one.
Yeah, I think this is going to happen. I think this is ideal for West Ham.
Why would you let Giroud go? Why would you let any reinforcements go when you need to get back in the Champions League?
Giroud, you talking about Giroud here? Listen, Giroud's a good striker, but he's not. He's not winning you anything. At the moment, West Ham need a centre forward that can chip in with goals, that can help them hold the ball up, and who's actually going to be available week in and week out. That's been their biggest problem with their centre forwards, a la Andy Carroll. So I think this is going to happen. I think it actually fits in with who we're talking about next. So yes, I believe that Giroud is going to go to West Ham, and so it's a hit.
All right, so this one is a hit for you too as well, then Alexandre Lacazette to Arsenal.
Yeah, no question. I think both of these moves go hand in hand, and I think Lacazette's a good signing. You know, you're talking about Giroud. I think he's definitely far more dynamic than Giroud, and so it's a no-brainer really. The guy scores goals. Arsenal need a centre forward that scores goals. Makes sense.
All right, moving on now. Well, Mauricio Pochettino has done wonders at Spurs, and that usually means the other big clubs start to look at your players. Kyle Walker to Man City. Would that be good business?
Yes, I think so. Walker has made no secret of the fact that he wants to move from Spurs, and the fact that Spurs have already made replacement in Trippier, albeit not as good as Walker, but it's certainly not much of a step down. I don't see why this doesn't happen. Again, it'll be if the money's right and Man City are not short of a couple of quid. I think this is a hit as well. We've got 3 in the trot.
All right, 3 in a try, and you're just going to let me do it. No problem. Let's move on now to Leicester City. It's been a while since we've spoken about the Foxes. Gylfi Sigurdsson, would that be a good acquisition?
It would be a good acquisition for Leicester. However, I'm not so sure that it would be for Sigurdsson, and I'm not so sure he fits in at Leicester. Listen, Leicester are about getting the ball forward quickly and then backing it up. Sigurdsson's a football player. Sigurdsson likes to get involved in passing and moving. That's not what Leicester do. So why would Leicester sign him? Why would Sigurdsson go? I don't see it happening. I think this is a miss.
Big old miss. And finally, this one should interest you as it has to do with your former club, your dear Liverpool. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I quite fancy him as a player. Would you like to see him at Liverpool? Would that be a hit or a miss?
I don't think I would. I think if I'm stepping into Oxlade-Chamberlain's shoes, I'm leaving Arsenal to play. I'm not so sure he plays at Liverpool. Listen, Liverpool have just signed Mohamed Salah, who we're not certain is going to be a starter straight away, because there's a wee guy called Coutinho and there's a guy called Manny there.
Hard to displace them.
Already. So if I'm the Ox, I'm going somewhere I can play. And I'm not sure he goes and he plays at Liverpool. So it's a miss for me. All
right. So 3 hits and 2 misses for you, Stevie Nicol. You can continue tracking all of these rumors to see if they do indeed happen here at Nicol's former club. Liverpool seem to have a massive sigh of relief now. It seems like they will be avoiding some disciplinary action after their pursuit of Virgil van Dijk at Southampton. Stevie, we know it left a bit of a bad taste in Southampton's mouth after this, and they called off their interest in him. So what's your reaction to this?
And so it should be. You know, if
they should avoid any disciplinary action.
Absolutely. Listen, if you're going to turn around and start disciplining Liverpool or any other team for this sort of behaviour, I'll tell you what, you're going to be very busy.
But it is a bit unethical, but not uncommon, I suppose.
I'm not going to argue that it's not unethical, but it is about as common as muck. It happens every single time there's a transfer, somebody gets tapped up, and everybody knows it, but everybody turns a blind eye to it. If the FA or anybody else want to go after Liverpool or any other club for for this type of behaviour, as I said, they're going to be very busy because they're all at it. So I think they want to just sweep this under the carpet, try and get rid of it, because if they don't, and I'm Liverpool, the team that's getting disciplined for this, I'm absolutely going to go after every other club that does it as well.
Oh, Stevie, you'll be dragging everybody into the desk. All right, well, now looking at Virgil van Dijk, though, because sources have said that he has, said that he wants to go to Liverpool. Do you think that, are you buying Liverpool's statement saying that they have quelled their interest in him and that they're not going to go after him?
No.
So they will find a way to still go after him?
If the price is right, then yes.
£60 million? It's hard for Southampton to say no to that.
If the price is right, which I hope is not 60 million, because I don't think he's worth 60 million. But listen, Liverpool need a centre-back. I guess sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Whether the valuation's correct or not, Liverpool need a centre-back. He is a good player. The question is, can he deliver at Liverpool? He did it at Southampton. Can he do it at one of the big boys? I don't know.
All right, thank you so much. There you have it. Stevie Nichols says that this is very just indeed.
It still is. You were there that day in 1989. If you don't know this gentleman, he is an all-time Liverpool legend. I trust you do know that he was there. That match was abandoned after 6 minutes. All right, now, criminal charges against 6 men. It's reached up into the police hierarchy to the alleged cover-up, the proven cover-up in many cases. When you heard this news today, what did you think?
Well, I was pleased that eventually somebody, a group, were going to be held responsible. I'm not quite sure whether my cup's half empty or half full, because there was more than 6 people involved in not only the decisions that led to the tragedy, but the cover-up after it. You're telling me there's only 6 people that should be charged for this? I'm a little worried as well. I'm not quite sure whether any of these 6 people will actually see any jail time for which they actually deserve.
The film, and it's going to be on ESPN2 this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, it is well worth your time. It is sobering, but it takes you inside this event. Can you describe, for those who aren't familiar with the story here in the States, the anger, the animating anger, and how this galvanized families for several generations ever since?
I think the simplest way to describe it would be if one of your loved ones was killed and then they were blamed for it themselves. That's exactly how it happened, and that's how it felt, and that's because that's what it was.
There were police reports that were altered or misplaced. There was the Sun newspaper. They're saying what? The Liverpool fans were drunk, right? Basically, and blaming them for what they did.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly did.
Yeah, and not only was it 96 people that died, but a whole city was tarnished with the same brush. Everybody from Liverpool was looked upon as a hooligan. There were stories in the paper that Liverpool fans were stealing from dead bodies. I mean, what kind of slur is that to give a city? And everybody got caught up in it.
And the Sun newspaper published it. And there's still places, in Liverpool, can you buy the Sun? Is it tough to find?
You won't find the Sun in Liverpool, no. And you certainly don't walk around with the Sun newspaper under your arm, because you won't have your arm for long.
Yeah. Do you have confidence, though, that there will be a vigorous prosecution of these 6 men?
Absolutely not.
No.
It's taken 28 years to bring somebody or a group of people to justice. So what makes you think that all of a sudden real justice is going to be done? In my opinion, my sole opinion, it's not just the police that should be involved in this. The politicians who were in charge at the time and who are really responsible for covering this up, because without them, there's no cover-up. They should be brought to justice.
More than a sporting tragedy, social issues of class, absolutely intense. You've seen the movie. It's on tonight. Are you able to watch stuff like that still?
Yes and no. It really brings home how close everybody in Liverpool was at the time, but it also tears your heart open as well.
Yeah, you're on the pitch. We've talked about it before in this program.
Is here with me, and I am making all his wishes come true. Well, hypothetically speaking, Stevie, if you had a magic wand or a genie in a bottle and you had your 3 wishes for Liverpool, what would they be? If you could wave your magic wand and make anything happen going forward, starting next season in the Premier League, what would you do?
Oh, this is such an easy answer. I'll tell you what I would do. I would get a centre-back called Alan Hansen, who would organise him at the back, who would play out the back, who would defend, who would not make mistakes. I would sign Graham Souness in the middle of the park, who would either outplay the opposition or kick lumps out of them in order to win games. And I'd sign Kenny Dalglish and stick him up front and let him organise what's going on up there as well.
So you wouldn't put yourself in there?
Listen, those three players are the spine of the team. They were certainly the spine of a team I played in, and they were the three players that kept everything together and arguably the reason why we were so successful. That is my three wishes for tomorrow. Those three, get them in the team. Who's going to beat that team?
All right, well, if I pulled some power back from your magic wand just a bit and say you couldn't bring anyone from the past, is there anyone now that you would like that genie magic wand to bring in? To possibly do at least half of the job that those legends did?
Well, I'd say there is a player, and his name is Lewandowski. I think Liverpool need a goal-scoring centre-forward, and arguably Lewandowski is the best goal-scoring centre-forward playing at the moment. So there's one.
All right, there's one indeed. All right, thanks so much, Stevie Nicol. I'm sorry that I don't think I can make your wishes come true.
Not a chance at
but
any of them.
It seems that Liverpool have a lot more problems than we thought. Premier League season over for this year. Janusz Mihalik and I are already looking ahead to next year, and we're going to try and predict the top four based on what we've seen so far. We, of course, know that the teams have the summer transfer window to strengthen. Janusz, who is your champion next year?
Very easy for me. I don't know why it didn't happen this season, but it's going to happen next season because everyone's going to be healthy, and I like attacking football. Manchester City will win. If they can turn it here, we'll win it. I mean, look, they have so much going forward. They'll tweak the goalkeeper situation. They'll get Kyle Walker at right back. Kompany and Otamendi are good enough already. Sure winner.
In Pep, you trust.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to go out there for the big one. I am going to see Tottenham win the Premier League. They've been flirting with it for the past 2 seasons. Well, flirting even from afar, so to speak, this season. But as we said, beautiful football, some serious talent, and I really feel like it could be their year.
They can do it at Wembley, huh?
Who's your runner-up?
My runner-up, well, I'm going to have to go with Chelsea. It was tougher than I thought. Antonio Conte, of course, is going to strengthen the team. This time, they're going to have to deal with the Champions League, which they didn't have to do it this past season as well. That's why maybe I'm flip-flopping this a little bit, but Chelsea's certainly good enough to be in second.
I'm going to go with Manchester City for everything that you said that would make them champions, but I'm still taking the risk. I would like to see Tottenham win the Premier League. Why not? Third place, Janusz.
Well, Spurs are magnificent. I don't see them going anywhere. Second, third, they've been there a couple seasons ago, and I think that's where they're going to end up. And I still like them. They have a couple issues, mainly going away from home, which is not going to be an easy task, as we've seen, but they're still good enough to be third.
I'm going to go with this year's Premier League champions for third place because I don't see Chelsea falling off that wagon that much. But it will be interesting to see how much longer Antonio Conte will be a part there. Who gets the last automatic spot?
Now that is not fair because for me, Liverpool, soft spot for you, Manchester United. It is a decision between those two. I am going to show my bias because why not? I didn't believe Liverpool were going to be top 4. They proved me wrong, so I don't want to make another mistake like that. So I'm going to put Liverpool in 4th spot. Although, whatever argument you give me, that's good enough because I can see Manchester United, under Jose Mourinho, they will get it right. So I'm ready to listen.
I'm definitely going to go for Manchester United in this one for a lot of things that you have said, though. As you said, it's absolutely unacceptable to finish 6th for Jose Mourinho. No stranger to the Premier League. We know he knows what it takes to win, and I think that he will definitely settle down this season and at least get the automatic Champions League.
And you promise that he will entertain us as well in the process.
Whew. I make no promises, Janusz. We will see if we see some entertaining football. Lord knows we hope so. Well, these are our top 4s for now, but I'm pretty sure we'll have some time to pick them again soon.